Next, 19th number. The main source of national income in India is agriculture. Next, national income estimated in India is prepared by Central Statistical Organization (CSO). Next, in India, Hindu rate growth is associated with which income? National income. Next, who coined the term Hindu rate of growth for Indian economy? Raj Krishna. Who was the written the book Capital of Growth? Sir John Richard Hickles. Who estimated national income for first time in India? Dadabhai Naroji, 1868. Who wrote the Poverty and Un-British Rule in India? Dadabhai Naroji. Next. The per capita income in India was 20 in 1867-68 was ascended for the first time by Dadabhai Naroji, who was the chairman of National Income Committee constituted in 1949. Professor P.C. Mohan Lonovis. The gross domestic product GDP is defined as the value of final goods and services produced in an economy in year. Next, GDP at a at factor cost is GDP MP मतलब direct tax plus subsidies. Hindu rate of growth refers to the rate of growth of GDP, which is the definitely a major indication of the state of the economy of a country. Rate of GDP growth. Next, as the economy develop, the share of the territory sector in GDP ହେଲା increase. Next, in terms of economy, the total value of output, goods and service produced and income received in a year by domestic residents of a country put together is called gross national product GNP. Which sector of India economy contribute largest to the GNP? Territory sector. Net national product NNP of country is GNP माने depreciation allowance. Depreciation is equal to GNP and NNP. When was the National Statistical Organization NSO formed? Who was chairman? 1st June 2005. Professor S.D. Tendulkar chairman. Central Statistical Organization was set up in 2 May 1951. National Sample Survey NSSO was set up in 1950. The concept of economic planning in India derived from Russia. Next. Planning in India. Who is the father of Indian planning? Sir M. Visvesvaraya. Who wrote the book Planned Economy for India? Sir M. Visvesvaraya, 1934. The concept of 5-year plan India introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru. Next. In 1938, National Planning Commission was set up under chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. In 1944, Gandhian Plan was prepared by Sriman Narayan Agrawal. In 1945, People's Plan was prepared by M.N. Roy. Next. In 1950, Sarvodaya Plan was prepared by Jay Prakash Narayan. This plan were expected by the government. The Planning Commission of India was constituted in the year 15th March 1950. Who is the ex officio chairman of Planning Commission of India? Prime Minister. Who is the deputy chairman of Planning Commission? holds the rank of the cabinet minister. Next, the Planning Commission of India is non-statutory, extra-constitutional and advisory body. The tenure of its members and deputy chairman of the Planning Commission is not fixed. Who was the first chairman of Planning Commission? Jawaharlal Nehru. Next, who was the first deputy chairman of Planning Commission? Guljari Lal Nanda. The Planning Commission of India was renamed as Niti Aayog 1st January 2015. Niti in Niti Aayog stands for National Institute for Transforming India. Who is the ex-officio chairman of Niti Aayog? Prime Minister of India. Who finally approved the 5-year plan? National Development Council (NDC). Next, the National Development Council (NDC) was set up in 6th August 1952. Next, who is the chairman of the National Development Council in India? Prime Minister. The National Development Council of India is non-statutory, extra-constitutional and extra-legal body. The period of first 5-year plan was 1951 to 56. First 5-year plan was based on Herod Domor model. The first meeting of Niti Aayog was held on February 8, 2015. Niti Aayog aims to promote cooperative federalism. The major emphasis in the first 5-year plan was on agriculture. Next, the period of the second 5-year plan was 1956 to 61. Second 5-year plan was called Mohalonobis plan. Next, who was chief architecture of second 5-year plan in India? PC Mohalonobis. The major emphasis in the second 5-year plan was on rapid industrialization. Next, the steel plant Durgapur, Bhilai, Raulkela were established during period of second 5-year plan. Which 5-year plan established mixed economy? Second 5-year plan. The period of the third 5-year plan was 1961 to 66. Which 5-year plan, also known as Gadgil Yojana, third 5-year plan. The major emphasis in the third 5-year plan was on self-reliance and self-generating economy. Next, 76 number, take-off stage in an economics mean steady growth beginnings. The growth rate of agriculture production was negatives in the third 5-year plan. Next, the period of plan holiday in India was 1966 to 69. The period of fourth 5-year plan was 1969 to 74. The major emphasis in the fourth 5-year plan was on growth with stability and self-reliance. The steel plant Bokaro was established during the period of fourth 5-year plan. The period of 5-year plan was 1974 to 79. Fifth 5-year plan prepared and launched by Durga Prasad Dhar. The major emphasis in fifth 5-year plan was on removal of poverty, Garibi Hatao and self-reliance. The Garibi Hatao slogan was coined in 1971, in which 5-year plan main objective was eradication poverty. Fifth 5-year plan. Now, which year rolling plan was in operation in India? 1978 to 79. Next, rolling plan for backward countries was suggested by Gunnar Myrdal. Next, the rolling plan concept of national planning was introduced by which government? Junta government under Morarji Desai 1978. Rolling plan refers to a plan which changes its allocation and targets every year. A rolling plan is a plan for 1 year. The period of sixth five-year plan was 1980 to 85. Next, NABARD was established in sixth five-year plan. The major emphasis in sixth five-year plan was on population control thought family planning. Next, the steel plant at Salim, Tamil Nadu was established during the period of sixth five-year plan. The period of seventh five-year plan was 1985 to 90. Jawahar Rozgar Yojana was started from which five-year plan? Seventh five-year plan. The major emphasis in the seventh five-year plan was on growth in food grain and employment. Next, the period of 8 five-year plan was 1992 to 97. Next, Mukherjee Committee on Amending Godgill Formula was constituted during 8 five-year plan. The period of ninth five-year plan was 1997 to 2002. The period of 10th five-year plan was 2002 to 2007. In which five-year plan economic development rate was maximum? 10th five-year plan. The period of 11th five-year plan is 2007 to 2012. Next, the period of 12th five-year plan was 2012 to 2017. How many five-year plans have been so far made in India? 12th. Next, demography. The study of the size, territorial distribution and composition of population is called demography. Which year is known as year of great divide in the history of population growth? 1921. The first census in India during the British period was held during the tenure of Lord Mayo, 1872. Next, in which year was the first attempt made to enumerate the population of India? 1872. Regular census in India are held every 10 years. In, in which year first regular census held in India? 1881. Since independence, how many types census had been taken? Sixth. The last census in India held in 2011. Next, the 2011 census is the 15th census. The high growth rate of population characterized by high birth and low death rate. Which is the highest population state census 2011? Uttar Pradesh. Which is the least population state as per census 2011? Sikkim. Next, what is the population density in India as per 2011 census? Number of person per kilometer square area, 382. Which state emerged as the highest density population state census 2011? Bihar. Which state emerged as the least density population state per census 2011? Arunachal Pradesh. Which state highest female population as per census 2011? Kerala. Which state lowest female population as per census 2011? Haryana. What is the literacy rate in India as per census 2011? 74.04%. Next, Which state has the highest literacy rate in India as per census 2011? Kerala 94%. Which state has the least literacy rate in India as per census 2011? Bihar 61.8%. Which one became the first Indian state to achieve 100% primary education? Kerala. The most literate union territory of India is Lakshadweep 91.8%. The least literate union territory of India is Dadra and Nagar Haveli 76.2%, which is the highest populated union territory as per census 2000. Highest population New Delhi, which is the least populated union territory as per census 2011. Lakshadweep, which state has the highest per capita income in India? Punjab, which state has the lowest per capita income in India? Bihar. Next, which state has the largest population of scheduled caste? Punjab. Which state has the largest population of scheduled tribes? Madhya Pradesh. The first country in world to officially sponsor family planning program to control population was India. First family clinic in India opened at Kerala in 1930. Next, poverty. Who fixed the poverty line now? Niti Ayog. Next, which plan gave emphasis on removal of poverty for the first time? Fifth five-year plan. How much population is living below poverty line in India? Approximately 26%. The World Bank International Poverty Line definition is based on purchasing power peri- perio- priority basis रहेला at 1.25 per day. The minimum spreading under which a person can be called poor according to C. Rangaranjan committee in Bonn, rural urban area respectively. Rural रहेला 32 टंका 32 टंका और urban रहेला 47 टंका. Next, how many calories day per fixed urban and rural area respectively? 2100 calorie ହେଲା rural ଆଉ urban रहेला 24 calorie. Next, program and scheme of government of India. Which government program aim to help the poor open a bank account? Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Which scheme deal with presentation and rejuvenation of heritage site in India? Harideva Heritage City Development Augmentation Yojana. Next, Micro Unit Development and Refinery Agency Mudra Bank initiated in 8 April 2015. Next, Indira Awas Yojana has been renamed as Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana by PM Awas G. Make it India aim to build India into a manufacturing hub. Which scheme introduced recently makes provision for insurance and pension of workers in or unorganized sector? Atal Bima Yojana. Nature of unemployment in agriculture in India is both seasonal and distinguished. Next, which type of employment is commonly in India? Agriculture. Seasonal. Next, how many hours a person should be working in a day according to Indian government rule? 8 hours. Name the new initiative to clean and restore the beauty of Ganga. Namami Gange programs. How many days a person should be working in a year according to Indian government rule? 273 days. Next, the training of rural youth for self-employment TRYSEM was launched in 1979. Next, training of rural youth for self-employment aimed to skill development in youth. Next, the Integrated Rural Development Program IRDP was launched in 1980. The Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program RLEGP was launched in 1983. Next, Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program aims at providing employment to landless farmers and laborers. Next, Council for Advancement People's Action and Rural Technology CAPART came into being in 1986. Council for Advancement People Action and Rural Technology aims is to provide assistance for rural response prosperity. The Jawahar Rozgar Yojana was launched in 1989. Jawahar Rozgar Yojana aimed at providing employment to rural employment. Next, the Nehru Rozgar Yojana was launched in 1999. Next, Nehru Rozgar Yojana aimed at providing employment to urban unemployed. The Employment Assurance Scheme EAS was launched in 1993. Next, Employment Assurance Schemes aims to provide employment of at least 100 days in a year in village. Next, District Primary Education Program was initiated in the year 1994. Midday Meal Scheme was started in year 1995. Midday Meal is scheme to provide nutritious food to school-going children. Next, Midday Meal Scheme has been launched by Union Minister of Human Resource Development. The Swarnam Jayanti Sahakari Rozgar Yojana SJSRY was launched in 1997. The Indira Awas Yojana IAY was launched in 1985. Indira Awas Yojana aimed to providing Poka household BPL population in village. Next, the Pradhan Mantri Gram Udyog Yojana PMGY was launched in 2000 माने 2000. प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम उद्योग योजना aimed at primary education, healthcare, drinking water, housing and rural road. Next, the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana PMGSY was launched in 2000. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana aimed to link all village with Poka road. Next, the Antyodaya Anna Yojana was Antyodaya Anna Yojana was launched on 25th December 2000. Next, Antyodaya Anna Yojana aimed to providing food security to poor family, 35 kg of food grain per family per month at low price, 2 rupees per kg of wheat, 3 per kg for rice. Next, the Annapurna scheme was launched in 2000. Next, Annapurna scheme aimed at providing 10 kg food grain to senior citizens. The Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA was launched in 2001. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is aimed to education of children between 6 to 14. The Bharat Nirman Yojana launched on 16 December 2005. Bharat Nirman program aim for develop a rural infrastructure like irrigation, water supply, housing, road, telephone and electricity. The Janani Suraksha Yojana JSY was launched in April 2005. Next, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act Monrega was launched on 2nd April 2006. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme Monrega aimed to provide livelihood people in rural area by guaranteeing 100 days of employment in a financial year to a rural household. Next, the Dhan Lakshmi scheme launched in March 2008. Next, the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Parishad RMSA was launched March 2009. Next, the Rajiv Awas Yojana was launched 2010. Rajiv Awas Yojana aimed at slum-free India in next 5 years. Next, when was the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana initiative launched by Union Government? 28 August 2014. When was the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan initiative launched by Union Government? October 2014. Next, Swachh Bharat Mission was launched on the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Next, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao was Yojana was launched in which state? Haryana. Smart City Mission initiated in April 2015. Union government launched Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana May 2015. How many cities have been converted under Smart City Mission 2000 in India? 109. The new The new scheme Pahal by Government of India related direct benefit transfer for LPG by B, DPTL. Next, agriculture. To progress in increase of food grain, cereals, wheats, leguminous plants products is called green revolution. On which position India is the production of vegetables? Second position. Which is highest food grain producing state in India? Uttar Pradesh. Green Revolution in India launched in 1966-67. Who is known as father of Green Revolution in India? M.S. Swaminathan. Next, who coined the term Green Revolution? Dr. William Gord. Indian Green Revolution started from Pantnagar. The cause of evergreen revolution is sustainability. The prog- sorry, the progress is increase in milk production is called white revolution. Next, who is known as father of white revolution in India? Varghese Korean. Next, Operation Flood program introduced in 1970. Next, Operation Flood is movement related with milk, which on which position India is about the production of milk. First position. Which is highest milk producing state in India? Uttar Pradesh. On which position India production of fish? Third position. On which position in India production in inland fish? Second position. The blue revolution related with fish production. Next, The Black Revolution is related with petroleum production. The Brown Revolution is related with non-conventional energy resource, leather or cocoa production. The Grey Revolution is related with fertilizer production. The Golden Fiber Revolution is related with jute production. The Golden Revolution is related with horticulture and honey production. Next. The Pink Revolution is related with onion, medicine and prawn production. The Red Revolution is related with meat and tomato production. The Round Revolution is related with potato production. The Silver Fiber Revolution is related with cotton production. The Silver Revolution is related with egg and poultry production. Next, the Yellow Revolution is related with oilseed production. The Evergreen Revolution is related with agriculture. Next, Public Distribution System (PDS) was envisaged in 1967. Next, which is the largest distribution network in world? Public distribution system. The lead bank scheme based on area approach was launched in 1969 on the recommendation of which committee? Dr. Godgil Committee and Narasimha Committee. The regional bank RRB was launched on 2nd October 1975 at Moradabad, Gorakhpur and Bhiwani, Jaipur and Malda. The objective of RRBs was provide agriculture laborers credit and others facility particular to a small margin farmers. Next, Agriculture Insurance Company of India Limited was incorporated under Indian Company Act of 1956 on 20 December 2002. The Export Credit Guarantee Corporation (ECGC) was established in 1957. The National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development (NABARD) was set up in 12th July 1982. The head office of NABARD is located in Mumbai. Next, which bank gives long-term loans for farmers? Land Development Bank. Next, the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund (RIDF) was set up in 1995-96 under NABARD for holistic rural development. The National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited deals with procurement, distribution, export and import. The National Cooperative Development Corporation was set up in 1963 under the Act of Parliament. Next, Kisan Credit Card (KCC) was introduced in 1999 by NABARD. Next, the rehabilitation package for distressed farmer was introduced in 2006 for 31 seaside prone districts in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala and Maharashtra. On which position India is produce of food? Third position. Food processing industry is the fifth largest industry in India terms of production, consumption, export and expected growth. Next, the ninth plan scheme of food parks was renamed as the Mega Food Park Scheme in 2008. Where the successful land reform initiative was started. Operation Banga in West Bengal in 1977, who launched Bhudan Andolon in country. Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Next. Hoye Bhudan Andolon launched in country to improve conditions of landless farmer. Next. Industry. The first industry policy of Free India was announced in the year 1948. The Industry Policy Resolution IPR 1956 is called as Economic Constitution of India. Next, the objective of IPR 1956 was socialist pattern of the society in the country. Next, in which year a new liberalized industry policy in India was announced for the first time, 1991. Next, the industrial license was finally abolished with a few exceptions in the year Industrial Policy 1991, in which year the MRTP Act became effective 1970. The first dis- disinvestment commission was set up in 1996 under the chairmanship of Mr. E.V. Ramakrishna. Next, the voluntary retirement scheme IVRS, sorry, VRS, voluntary retirement scheme VRS, is also called Golden Handshake Scheme. When the government established Maharatna 2009 PSC investment, which rise selling for 1000 crore to 500 crore, is called Maharatna Company. How many Maharatna company are present? 12th. PSC investment, which raised selling up to 100 crore, is called Navaratna. How many Navaratna companies are present in India? 14th. PSC earn net profit 30 crore or more in one of 3 years, called Mini Ratna. Meaning, how many Mini Ratna one company present in India? 61. How many Mini Ratna two company are present in India? 2. A 12. Next, which committee was set up look in problem of small scale industry? Abid Hussain Committee. Next, iron and steel industry started in India in the year 1870. The first steel industry in India was set up at Kulti, West Bengal, Bengal Iron Works Committee. The first large-scale steel plant Tisco set up in 1907 at Jamshedpur. The first public sector unit was Visvesvaraya Iron and Steel Limited at Bhadravati, Karnataka, owned by central and state government. Next, Raulkela Integrated Steel Plant set up in 1954. On which position India is in production of crude steel and steel? Fourth position. Which country is the largest producer of crude steel? Right answer is China. On which position India production of sponge iron? First position. After textile, which India's second important industry? Right answer is iron and steel. The Steel Authority of India (SAIL) was established in 1974. Raulkela Steel Plant, Odisha, was set up with assistance of which country? West Germany. Next, Durgapur Steel Plant in West Bengal set up with which ଏସିଷ୍ଟେନ୍ସ ବ୍ରିଟେନ୍। ଭିଲାଇ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଛତିଶଗଡ଼ରେ ଅଛି, କେଉଁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ହେଲ୍ପ କରିଥିଲା? ରୁଷିଆନ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ। ବୋକାରୋ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଝାଡ଼ଖଣ୍ଡରେ ଅଛି, ଏଟା ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମର ରୁଷିଆ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିଥିଲା। ବିଶାଖାପାଟନମରେ ଯେଉଁଟା ଅଛି, ବିଶାଖାପାଟନମ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଆନ୍ଧ୍ରପ୍ରଦେଶରେ ଅଛି, ସେଇଟା ଆସିଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କିଏ କରିଥିଲା? ଆମର ରୁଷିଆ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିଥିଲା। ନେକ୍ସଟ, ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ୍ ମଡର୍ଣ୍ଣାଇଜ୍ କଟନ୍ କ୍ଲଥ୍ mills was established in 1880 at Goldston near Calcutta. The second cotton cloth mills established on 1854 Bombay by K.N.G. Dabur. Which city is called the cotton police of India? Mumbai. Which city is called the Manchester of India? Ahmedabad. Which Indian city known as Manchester of South India? Coimbatore. Next, India has been divided into how many principal cotton growing regions? 5. Which Indian state has the largest number of cotton textile mills? Maharashtra. In India, maximum number of workers are employed in textile industry. Which is the largest importer country of Indian textile? USA. The first jute industry was established in 1880, 1855 Ristra, West Bengal. Next, on which position India is production raw jute? Raw jute, first position. Next, on which position India is in exporter of jute? Second position. In which country is largest exporter of jute? Bangladesh. The Jute Technology Mission was launched on 2nd June 2006. The first merchandised paper mill was set up in 1812 at Srirampur, West Bengal. On which position India is production of paper? 15th position. Next, on which position India is the production of silk? Second position. Next, which country is the largest producer of silk? China. Which silk is known as unique in India? Golden yellow Muga silk. On which position of India is production of sugar? Second position. Which committee was set up to study the sugar industry? B.B. Mahajan Committee. The Sugar Development Fund was set up in 1982. Which is the highest sugar producing state in India? Uttar Pradesh. Next, the production of cement was started in 1904 at Madras. Next, the foundation of Indian cement industry was laid in 1914 at Porbandar, Gujarat. On which position India is production of cement? Second position. The first fertilizer industry was set up in 1906 in Rainpet near Chennai. The Fertilizer Corporation of India FCI set up in 1961. National Fertilizer Limited NFL was set up in 1974. Next, on which position India is the production of fertilizer? Third position. Automobile industry is also called sunrise industry. Which position India is in manufacturing of motorcycle? Second position. On which position India is in the manufacturing of commercial vehicle? Fifth position. Next, on which position India is in manufacturing of tractor? First position. On which position India manufacturing of passenger car? Ninth position. On which position India exporting passenger car? Fourth position. On which Country is the largest exporter of passenger cars, Japan. The first factory synthetic rubber was set up at Boreli, Uttar Pradesh. First woolen textile mill was set up in 1876 Kanpur, which is the largest handloom woolen goods producing state in India, Jammu Kashmir. Next, which industry employs the largest number of women in India? Tea industry. Next, National Renewal Fund was constituted by the purpose of restoring and modernization of industry. Next, trade between two or more nations is called foreign trade or international trade. Asia First Export Processing Zone (EPZ) was set up in 1965 at Kandla. The first Special Economic Zone SEZ policy was announced in April 2000. Next, the first modern trade union founded in India was Madras Labour Union. Next, the largest reserve of crude oil in the country is Saudi Arabia. Next, the Indian currency system. Rupee coin was first minted in India during the rule of Shershah Suri silver coin kortila. The rupee coin was first minted in India in 1542 AD. The decimal currency was started in India from 1st April 1957. The first 1 paisa coin under decimal system was issued in March 1962. The first 1 rupee coin under decimal system was issued in July 1962. Paper currency in India was first started in year 1862 by British government, which was the first country to introduce paper currency. China. Which material is used for making for Indian currency? Pulp containing cotton and balsam. Next, at present currency notes in India are issued in the demonetization of 5, 10, 12, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500, 2000. Currency notes and coin one of 1 rupee and lower denomination are issued by Ministry of Finance. Next, bank notes and coin above 1 rupee denomination are issued by Reserve Bank of India. Next, who signed 10 rupee currency notes in India? Governor, Reserve Bank of India. Next, how many languages the amount of banknotes is written on it? 17th language. The star series of notes are currently issued in 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. Next, on which denomination notes the portrait of Parliament House been printed? 50. The first 200 notes were introduced in year 2016. When did India become member of International Monetary Fund? 19 April 1947. How many times has the Indian currency has been demonetized so far? Twice. गोटे है 1978 रे आउ एबे है 2016 रे. Next, devaluation means lowering of the value of one currency in conjunction of some foreign currency. Indian currency has been devalued how many times? 4 times. 1949, 1966, 1991, 1991. Who was the finance minister when Indian currency was first devalued? John Mathai. Who was the finance minister when Indian currency was second devalued? Sachidananda Sachida, Sachindran Chaudhary. Next, who was the finance minister when Indian currency was third devalued? Dr. Manmohan Singh. Next, who was the first finance minister when Indian currency was last devalued? Dr. Manmohan Singh. Next, where in India are coin mint? Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Noida. First printing press for banknotes in India was established at Nasik, 1928. Second printing press for banknotes in India was established at Devas, 1974. Next, when the new symbol of Indian rupee came into vogue, 15 July 2010. Who designed the new symbol of Indian rupee? Dr. D. Udaya Kumar. The in, newly introduced Indian rupee symbol is based on both Roman script and Devanagari script. Which currency notes demonetized November 8, 2006? 1500. What is the meaning of cheap money? Low rate interest. Next, the cause of inflation: increase in money supply and fall in production. Next, the period of high inflation and low economic growth is termed as stagflation. Taxflation: inflation is the cause of recession plus inflation. Next, banking in India. The first bank to establish in India was Bank of Hindustan in 1770. The second bank established in India was Central Bank in 1786. Next, the first bank limited liability managed by an Indian was Wood Commercial Bank, 1881. How many banks were nationalized in 1969? 14th bank. Next, how many banks were nationalized in 1980? 6th bank. The total number of major banks nationalized so far is 20 banks. RBI was set up recommendation of which commission? Hilton Young Commission. The former name of Reserve Bank of India है Central Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India established in 1935. Reserve Bank of India was nationalized in 1949. Next, the main purpose of creating RBI was to separate currency and credit from the government. The headquarters of Reserve Bank of India situated at Mumbai. Who was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India? Osborne Singh, 1935 to 37. The first Indian governor of Reserve Bank of India was C.D. Deshmukh, 1948 to 1949. What is the animal of insignia of the Reserve Bank of India? Panther. Which bank is the bankers of banks? The Reserve Bank of India. Who is the responsible for the collection, publication of monetary and financial information? RBI. The financial stability report is issued on a half-year basis by the RBI. Which bank launched Indo-Nepal remittance scheme? RBI. Imperial Bank of India was established in 1921. Imperial Bank of India was nationalized in 1955. What was the name of State Bank of India before nationalization? Imperial Bank of India. Next, the largest public sector bank in India is State Bank of India. Which Indian bank has the maximum number of branches outside India? State Bank of India. The head office of the State Bank of India located in Mumbai. How many subsidiaries The State Bank of India has 6 subsidiaries. Next, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India Limited (ICICI) established in 1955, Mumbai. Which bank first provided internet banking facility in India? ICICI Bank. Which bank first provided mobile ATM facility in India? ICICI Bank. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 16th May 2050 inaugurated which bank first Chinese branch in Shanghai? ICICI Bank. Next, which bank first time introduced ATM facility in India? HSBC Bank 1987, Mumbai. Which bank first time introduced check system in India? Bengal Bank. First bank to introduce credit card in India, Central Bank of India. Which bank introduced saving account system in India for first time? Presidency Bank 1933. Next, the first bank in India with an ISO certification, Canara Bank. Who was the founder of Punjab National Bank? Lala Lajpat Rai. Union Bank of India was inaugurated by Mahatma Gandhi on 11th November 1999. 1919. Small Industrial Development Bank of India (CDB) was established in 1990. Lucknow promotes small scale sector. Next, Export-Import Bank of India (Exim Bank) was set up on 1st January 1982. Regional Rural Bank was set up in 1975. Industrial Financial Corporation of India (IFCI) was established in 1948, New Delhi. Its main functions are project finance and promotional service. Industrial Development Bank of India (IDBI) was established in 1964, Mumbai. Next, National Housing Bank (NHB) was established in 1988, New Delhi. Bharatiya Mahila Bank was inaugurated in Mumbai on 16th November 2013. The first public sector bank incorporated thought and act of parliament ହେଲା ଭାରତୀୟ ମହିଳା bank. Merger of State Bank of India with Associated Bank took place in 1st April 2017. Which bank cannot issue loan and issue in India? Payment Bank. Mudra Bank provides loan to small enterprises and non-banking financial institutions. Who was the first chairperson of Bharatiya Mahila Bank? Usha Ananthu Subramaniam. Next, Insurance. Which was the first insurance company in India? Oriental Life Insurance Company 1818. 1818. The first life insurance company the life insurance company LIC was established on 1st September 1956. The central office of Life Insurance Corporation have at Mumbai. How many zonal office does Life Insurance Corporation have at present? 8. Next, the General Insurance Corporation (GIC) was established on 1st January 1973. How many subsidiaries the General Insurance Corporation has? 4. The recommendation of which committee paved the way for establish IRDAI was regulator for Indian insurance sector? Malhotra Committee. Next, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority (IRDAI), a regulatory body for Indian Insurance Authority, has its head office situated at which city? Hyderabad is shifted from Delhi in 2001. IRDA related to insurance sector in India. The new pension system has launched on 1st January 2004. The Janashri Bima Yojana was launched on 10th August 2000 by LIC. Next, Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana is insurance scheme for rural landless household was introduced by LIC 2nd October 2007 at Simla. The Indian financial system consists of how many parts? Two parts: Indian money market and Indian capital market. Next, the 14-day T-bills was introduced in April 1997 by RBI. Next, Stocks Exchange of India. When did Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) for 1988 officially started in 1992. The total number of stocks exchange in India are 23. How many national level stocks exchange in India? 2. गोटे है बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज आउ नेशनल स्टॉक्स एक्सचेंज. How many regional stocks exchange in India? 21. Next, the stocks exchange often function as continuous auction. The stock market is also called equity market. Which is the oldest stocks exchange in India? Bombay Stocks Exchange. Which is the oldest stocks exchange in Asia? Bombay Stocks Exchange. In which street Bombay Stocks Exchange situated? Dalal Street, Mumbai. Next, when did Bombay Stocks Exchange (NSE) founded? 1875. National Stocks Exchange was located at Mumbai. When did National Stocks Exchange (NSE) founded? 1992. In 1993, it's become Stocks Exchange. Which stocks exchange provide a modern, fully automated, screen-based trading system? NSE. Next, who is the controller of stocks exchange? NSE. When Metropolitan Stocks Exchange India Limited (MSEI) founded in 2012. Metropolitan Stocks Exchange in India Limited (MSEI) was formerly known as MCX Stocks Exchange Limited. Which is the world's first electronic stocks exchange? NASDAQ by National Association of Security Dealers Automated Question. The world's largest stocks exchange per total market capitalization among all companies are New York Stock Exchange. Which stocks exchange is situated in Wall Street? New York Stock Exchange. Which stocks exchange has the nickname of Big Board? New York Stock Exchange. Next, which is the first Indian company listed in Nasdaq Stocks Exchange? Infosys. Next, in Union Budget. What is the meaning of budget? A annual financial statement. Which article Constitution of India define meaning budget? Article 112. Union Budget introduced in Lok Sabha. Next, Union Budget is generally introduced on last day of February every year. Financial year in India being from April 8 to March 31. Union Budget in classified Union Budget is classified into revenue budget and capital budget. A revenue budget includes the government revenue, receipt and expenditure. Capital expenditure is expenditure of development, machinery, equipment, building, health facility, education, etc. Next, fiscal deficit, slum of budget deficit and government market borrowing and liabilities. When each fiscal deficit incur, the government's total expenditure exceeds its total revenue. Promotes, who proposed the finance first budget of Republic India, also the creation of Planning Commission, John Mathai. Next, which woman held the post of finance minister and budget in her capacity Prime Minister of India in 1978? Mr. Mrs. Indira Gandhi. The first mini budget was presented by T.T. Krishnachari. T.T. Krishnamachari. Next, the Union budget present Parliament each year on the last day of February. Next, which session of the year the President address both the House of Parliament? First session of budget. In which session of Parliament railway and general budget presented? First session budget. How many budget in government of India? Two budget, railway budget and general budget. Railway budget was separated from general budget which year? 1921. Recommendation of Ackworth Committee. Railway budget has been merged with the general budget India since financial year 2017 to 18. On the subject of budget, demand for grant are arranged in ministry wise. The government of India in a financial year between April 8 to March 30 of the year. Independent of India first budget was present by first Finance Minister R.K. Shanmugh Sethi. Independent India first budget present on November 26, 1947. Next, tax structure. Direct tax ହେଲା personal income tax, corporation tax, wealth tax, gift tax, land tax, profession tax, security transaction tax, banking cash transaction tax, staff stamp duty and registration charges. Tax on agricultural income is levied by state government. Next, the nature of tax system in India is progressive. Higher the income, higher the tax. Next, in which year income tax introduced in India? 1860. In which year income tax was introduced in India? 1886. In which year estate duty was introduced in India? 1953. Next, tax in India can be levied or collected only when Parliament or state legislature approve. Upon whom income tax is levied on India? Individual legal entity like farm, company, etc. Indirect tax ହେଲା sale tax, excise duty, custom duty, service tax, value added tax, passenger tax, entertainment tax, electric duty, motor vehicle, etc. Which is the most important source in income for government of India? Excise duty. Next, tax charge on the goods produced within the country is excise duty. For tax purpose, an individual is treated as a resident in a year if present in India है 182 days. What does GST stands for? Goods and Service Tax. Next, International Economic Organization. The International Monetary Fund IMF was founded on 27 December 1945. The headquarters of International Monetary Fund situated at Washington DC. What is the present number of members of the International Monetary Fund? 189. Which country is the largest holder of the quotas in IMS present? USA. Quotas ne quota. Which country is the smallest holder of quota in IMF present? Tuvalu. What is the present rank of India terms voting share in IMF? 8. Who is the ex officio governor of the Board of Governors of IMF? Finance Minister of India. Next. The special drawing rights SDR were created in 1969. The term paper golds mean SDR of IMF. In which year was the World Bank formed? July 1944, created at the Bretton Woods Conference. The headquarters of World Bank is located in Washington DC. What is the present number of members in World Bank? 189. What is the main goal of World Bank? Reducing poverty. World Bank is also known as International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. World Bank helps countries with loans for purpose of reconstruction and development. The International Finance Corporation (IFC) was established in 1955. The International Development Association (IDA) was established in 24th September 1960. Next. The International Development Association is also known as Soft Loan Window. The International Center of Settlement of Investment Dispute ICSID was established in 1966. What is the present number of members in ICSID? 157. The Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency (MIGA) was founded in 1988. Next. What is the present number of members? MIGA hela 175. What is the present number of member nation of World Trade Organization hela 157. Next. World Trade Organization was established on 1st January 1995. What is the present number of members in World Trade Organization? 157. The headquarters of World Trade Organization located in Geneva. The earliest name of World Trade Organization is GATT. The Asian Development ADB was established in December 1966. Next, last question. Economics. The headquarters of Asian Development Bank is situated at Manila, Philippines. Thank you so much.